Most people don't stay broke because they're lazy. They stay broke because their brain is designed that way. And the terrifying part is, it's working exactly as intended. Your brain was not built to build wealth. It was built to survive immediate danger. And in the modern world, that survival wiring is quietly sabotaging your financial future. This is not about intelligence, it's about evolution. Because 200,000 years of survival programming doesn't disappear just because you downloaded the trading app. Your nervous system still reacts to money like it's food scarcity. And scarcity changes how you think. When resources feel limited, your brain narrows its focus. It becomes obsessed with the present. Long-term planning becomes blurry. And delayed rewards feel painful. This is called present bias. Your brain values 100 today more than 200 in a year. Even when logically, that decision makes no sense. Because emotionally, the future doesn't feel real. Your brain discounts it. Now here's where it gets dangerous. The same mechanism that once kept you alive now keeps you financially stuck. When you get extra money, your brain screams, "Spend it." Because in evolutionary terms, stored resources could be stolen or lost. There was no stock market in the savannah. There was no index fund. There was no 30-year compounding strategy. There was only survival today. And that wiring is still inside you. You feel it when you hesitate to invest. You feel it when you panic during a market drop. You feel it when you choose comfort over compounding. This is not weakness, it is biological design. And unless you understand it, you will fight markets with a Stone Age brain, and the market will win. But here's the shift. Your brain may be wired for scarcity, but wealth is built by those who override that wiring. And to do that, you must first understand the psychological traps hidden inside your own mind. Because the biggest obstacle to wealth is not the market, it's you. Your brain does not just react to scarcity, it creates it. Scarcity is not only a lack of money, it is a mental state. And when your brain enters scarcity mode, your decision-making shrinks. This is called tunnel cognition. You focus only on what is urgent. You ignore what is important. This is why people under financial stress often make worse financial decisions, not because they are incapable, but because cognitive bandwidth is limited. When your mind is preoccupied with bills, it has less energy for investing strategy. Scarcity taxes intelligence. Now let's talk about loss aversion. Your brain feels losses about twice as strongly as gains. Losing 100 hurts more than gaining 100 feels good. So, when markets drop, your nervous system interprets it as danger. Even if the drop is temporary, you sell to stop the pain. And by doing so, you lock in the loss. The market recovers, but you are no longer there. Your brain protected you from short-term discomfort, but destroyed long-term compounding. Now add herd behavior. Your brain evolved to survive in tribes. Being alone meant danger. So when everyone is buying, you feel safer buying too. When everyone is panicking, you panic with them. This is how bubbles form, and how crashes accelerate. It feels rational in the moment, but it is neurological conformity. Now combine present bias, loss aversion, and herd instinct. You get a predictable outcome. Spend quickly, avoid risk. Follow the crowd. Repeat. This is the scarcity loop. And unless interrupted, it can run for decades. You might earn more money, but your mental wiring stays the same. Income does not automatically rewire behavior. That's why lottery winners often go broke, and professional athletes file bankruptcy. Because wealth without psychological adaptation is temporary. The real battle is internal, and most people never realize they are fighting their own biology. But here is the uncomfortable truth. The market is not designed to beat you. Your brain is designed to misinterpret it. And until you reframe risk, you will always react instead of allocate. If your brain is wired for survival, then wealth requires conscious override. You cannot remove your evolutionary wiring, but you can design systems that outsmart it. The first principle is automation, because willpower is unreliable, and systems are consistent. If investing requires motivation, you will delay it. If investing happens automatically, your emotions are bypassed. Automation converts discipline into default. The second principle is reframing risk. Your brain sees volatility as threat, but volatility is not the same as loss. A temporary drop is price fluctuation. Permanent loss is selling at the bottom. One is emotional discomfort. The other is structural damage. Train yourself to distinguish the two. The third principle is identity shift. Most people try to change behavior. Few change identity. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to invest," say, "I am an investor." Identity reduces friction. When investors see a market crash, they see discounted future cash flows. When non-investors see a crash, they see danger. The event is identical. The interpretation is different. The fourth principle is time expansion. Your brain discounts the future because it feels abstract, so make the future concrete. Visualize your 60-year-old self. Ask whether today's spending serves them. This reduces present bias. The fifth principle is environment design. Your surroundings shape decisions. If your environment promotes consumption, you will consume. If your environment promotes ownership, you will allocate. This is behavioral architecture, and it compounds quietly. Understand this clearly. The goal is not to eliminate emotion. The goal is to prevent emotion from driving allocation. Markets reward patience. Biology rewards immediacy. Wealth belongs to those who choose patience repeatedly. That is the real competitive advantage, not IQ, not secret information, but emotional regulation under uncertainty. The market does not test intelligence, it tests temperament, and temperament can be trained. Your brain may be hardwired for scarcity, but your systems can be hardwired for wealth. And when systems win over impulses, compounding begins to work for you instead of against you. That is how you escape the neurological poverty trap, not by fighting your brain, but by designing around it. Because wealth does not begin in the market, it begins in the mind. And the moment you understand that, you stop reacting, you start allocating. And that is when cognitive capital compounds.